So, traditionally, if you grind it, main storyline is about 3 days long.
Ah, how did you find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest. That is good to hear. Should you want for anything, pray let me know. Now, let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts. This map shows the lands of Norvrand, the only area to be spared the flood of light. The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland. To the north is the fairy kingdom of Il-Meg. That is where you'll find Urianger. To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest. Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty. As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium. Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness. For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armoreng. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin Eaters. In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe. So, will it be Calicia or Armoreng? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you have made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount. Ah, but you must be wondering about Thancred. He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of Sin Eaters. Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
So I'm thinking you could save this up for any job you wanted to use this on.
Yeah.
face is unknown to me. What business have you at my rookery? Signed by the... Yes, I can provide you with an armor for passage to Calusia. I will pick you out a friendly whelp. Amaro, you say? That's right, mounts like my gray friend over there, common sight in these parts. But I gather you hail from further afield, more accustomed to chocobos. Perchance, I hear there are a few places where they ride little else. Seeing as you are plainly unaccustomed to riding Amaro, I think it's best to accompany you on this flight myself. Any Zune worthy of the name could do it, of course, but the Exarch sent you to me, ensuring that you arrive as safely is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me at the Amaro launch. One of the junior tamers will attend to you while I ready the mounts. We should grab all blue quests. A whole bunch of quests just opened up for us. Alright. Ah, so purple. Pretty. Alright, since we should always pick up blue quests, this is early. Fellow Wanting Soul. And my stuff. Record of fantastic vistas and unfathomable sights were kindred spirits. Amaro of a feather. Excellent, excellent. It is only right that I share with you such wondrous experiences as you have with me. Collection of amazing vistas I cataloged myself that I guarantee will rival the best you've ever seen. Norvranta may be the shadow of its former glory, but there is still joy and excitement to be found if you know where to look, my friend. So I implore you, look, look, look. Follow my footsteps, savor every moment of the journey, and then again you will feel you have discovered every secret this realm has to offer. Start again. I promise you won't be disappointed. Ah, sightseeing log. Level 70 or above to record Shadowbringers vistas. Travel to locations indicated and fulfill the necessary conditions, and you will complete the entry for that vista, earning experience points in the process. Use your wits and the notes provided by Airlick to identify these stunning sights and the proper way to appreciate them and see Norvants as only the great explorers have ever seen her. And back we go. If you've come looking for work, I might have a spot. Clicking too quickly. Oh, I found the Exarch. Hoping to meet someone in Ama Arang. Are you? Then I shall be your guide. I was about to set off for our outpost there, as a matter of fact, so we can leave right away, assuming you have everything you need. What should I say I was going to do first? Let's just do this guy. Off we go. We can now travel to Arang, speak with the Adwat Amaro tamer to fly to the desert. What happened?
Arang. From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Arang once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Armarang meant majestic land in the language of his people. And so it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
So did we not get to actually ride that bird thing? That's not fair. That's too bad. No matter how many times I come here, the cold never fails to catch me off guard. The sky may be as bright as in the scorching hours of day, but it gets brisk enough to make you shiver. Now, the Exarch's letter said I was to take you to the inn at Journey's Head, which is where this Alize friend of yours is staying. But that's a fair old distance, so I propose we make a stop in Mordasuk to break up the trek, allowing me to attend some business and you to enjoy the local hospitality. Sound good? Good. Alright, you locked? I'm off. And I'd better not see the goods covered in sand when I get back. Oh, he whipped out his car. Right, we head southwest straight as an arrow. Hey, I have this up. No one noticed that this is a Chocobo. It's a Mora, whatever. Oh, yep, I can't fly either, bro. It's a rock and a cactus and a tree that looks like it belongs in an aquarium. And a, one moment. Sorry. Friend. Sorry about that. He lives. It's all good. Oh. Stop here, Moon. This is your first visit to Amarang. Amarang, is it not? Stop here so you can die. Before you cross the river of sand, you need to turn around and feast your eyes on that. Ah! This red building? The beautiful sky of light? Oh. He's gonna tell me what to look at right here. Yeah. Red dirt. It's nice. It's alright. They built them big, didn't they? That's Caesar Charles, a fortress meant to protect the northern reaches of Nabath Arang. Seeing what was left behind, I believe it when they say that it was once one of Norvrant's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along. Great chunks of Nabath Arang's lands were lost to the light, its great city included. The few who survived didn't see much point in staying. Most of them, anyway. No, not many choose to come here these days. Not with everything in ruins. Even that hulking great fortress has become little more than an Amaro roost for me and my caravan. But not everywhere is as deserted as this place. Just wait until you see Mordasuk. Let's press on, shall we? What mob? Oh, those creepy guys. Look at all these people doing this fate. Why is everyone doing this fate? Pray destroy the waking sands. People are on the ball. Here we are, Mordsuk. By the blessed shadow, I love this town. City of the Mord. Mordsuk, not just full of Mord, but Humes and all manner of others too. It has long been a refugee for folk displaced by the flood, so the population is nothing if not diverse. And have you met a Mord before? They might look like shifty little blighters, but a more welcoming lot you could never wish to meet. Speaking of which, you should pay respect to Master Gengen. I'll go ahead and let him know you've arrived. Jeez. Gengen? Nah, I'm looking for Gengen. Lots of quests. A quest, I should say. Excuse me, table. That was very rude. Gengen. That's a good bold.
Master Gengen, this is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Mordsuk.
Souk is Mordish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Armorang. You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too, many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Armorang by choice, but Mordsuk's a different story. Merchants come from miles around to purchase the relics the Mord dig up.
Aye, that they do. For Mords do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money. And so our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Mord philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed. Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals. And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
As the good Mord says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense. A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Verbert gold? Real Verbert gold?
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer. I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
Over here!
Come and look.
You buy, you buy.
Enough of that! Calm, I say! This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots. Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
Wow. Chewy skewers. White worms. Gooey on the inside. Which to choose? Moldy bread, burning frogs, worms. I'm gonna go with that. I hope is steak-ish. There's your coin. It's lizard meat. Oh no. Every last mouthful. I need my strength to lick this floor. A new legend is born in Morsuk. What an outfit. What a belly. Why are they cheering me vomiting? Consider your coin purse cracked. I'm pleased to accept your custom, and Gengen will be pleased that you honored ours. Oh. It's just a little lizard. It's okay. Keeping the merchandise down, yes, no returns. Reminds me on Naked and Afraid or whatever it's called. And the girl ate the steak and got deathly sick. Let me go vomit on this guy, I guess. Always be welcomed here. Offering your services, are you? Well, an assistant would certainly help hurry things along. Oh no. Back to errand boy. Errand girl. I have a receipt here for some goods that need to be kept in the market, all properly paid for. You just need to lift and carry, because that's what the Warrior of Darkness does. Why am I doing wrong? Okay. I guess I need to go to bed for a couple of minutes. Here I am. Going to bed right now. I need some remedy though. I feel ill. There's probably a list in my bag, huh? And I am back. I got a very small nap. Still very tired. But I wanted to say, always click your aetherites, the big ones, little ones, so you can get back here as quickly as possible. And your key items, this quest, working off the meal. You can go to your bag, and this little tiny bag in the right hand corner will show you your key items. So I actually did this quest on another character, or not this quest, rather, this game without doing the long cutscenes. So it took maybe 5 to 8 minutes to get to this point as opposed to a few hours. So if you have to rush it, it's not going to be that bad. What's funny is on my other character, I picked up everything up perfectly, and now I'm lost. And stuff is in the way that you can't see. There we go. So, it's purchases, not armaments, not leather. Oh, here it is. Iron ore. I'm missing some of my stuff here. Alright. So it looks like now we're going to get through some slow, mundane, boring little quests to take up our time and play a video game. You know, you can also do this. I search. Strider. Apparently I don't have that on this character. So you might have your Strider boots. I recommend wearing them, especially in town. Shed off a few seconds of your life. Aye, that's the lot. Alright, good work. And quick work too. Not really, but oops. Unfortunately, your efficiency presents something of a problem. I'd hoped to conclude all my business before you returned, but it seems there's been some confusion over one of the orders I placed. I'll have to drag in my middleman and sort this mess out. I'm sorry to make you sit around and twiddle your thumbs. Cassard, it feels like an age since I last saw you. Oh, there's the lovely Tesseline. It's been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. Again, feel free to mute me. This lady was on her way to meet with Alizé. I'm supposed to be taking her to your corner of the desert, but a misplaced order has commanded my attention. Commandeered? Wait, I know who you are. Alizé's told me so much about you. You're Chloe, aren't you? I knew it. How wonderful to meet you in the flesh after hearing all those stories. I'm Tesseline. I work as a career... something. Do you want me to take over as Chloe's guide? Cassard, my shopping is all done and packed for the road, so it would be no trouble. That would be a great help, thank you. Well, looks like you'll be able to head straight out after all. My caravan and I will be in the area for a while yet. Seek me out when you've had your fill of Amarang. And I'll send you back to the Crystarium. This is your hand gear. Alizea has been desperate to see you, so let's get you to her sooner rather than later. The inn isn't too hard to find, really. You can actually see the top of the rock spires from here. We just need to swing around the ridge, then head south. Come on, I'll get my supplies together and meet you outside. I did hear that someone played for about 4 hours and only got 1 level, so it's possible you may need to do a few more quests than normal. Side quests. All set? Oh, I should probably mention the wildlife. While most of them will leave you be, if you keep your distance, the local coyotes have learned to prey on folk heading home from the markets. I can usually swing a sword well enough to fend them off, but I may have loaded myself down with too many bargains today. Do you think you can handle any beasts that try to make a meal of us? I thought you might. Alizea was always saying how much... I mean, let's get going, shall we? Looks like most of my skills are here. But we can ride. Or can we? No judging. Sorry there wasn't much time to shout a warning. Were you bitten? Those things can be nasty. And yet, hardly a match for you, it seems. I'd always thought Alizea was strong, but in her mind, she was never... Now it makes sense. Well, we should push on. It might be best if you scout ahead and clear out any coyotes that have our scent. I'll wait here so you can fight without any distractions. Thanks. And if you're wanting to know where to go, if you look at your little map over here, you usually see an arrow about. Probably where to head to. That's where they're hiding. My bar is different. My bar is different. Whatever. Oh, there's a current. So, in order to fly, if you've done anything in Final Fantasy, you know that you need to get these currents. And in your key items should be a compass. Who's chasing me? Nobody. Oh, come on. Jumping game. We can do this. Get up on this cliff. Earth your current. And we should be utilizing our time to get those. Here, right here. Here's our compass. Here's our compass. Our closest one is 300 yams to the north. We passed it. But let's go back and see our friend. Oh, thank goodness you're back. I could hear the howling and snarling from here. Frightful creatures. Let's hope the rest have seen your handiwork and know to avoid us now. I need to get these supplies back to the inn. This is it. Thanks to you, I didn't have to drop my shopping even once. Come to think of it, I'm glad I didn't make the trip alone. It seems you ended up escorting me. I'll have to repay the favor somehow, but first, let's head inside, shall we? Looks familiar. A little Alamigo-like. They look bored. Welcome to the inn at Journey's Head. You might be our first visitor from the Crystarium since Alize arrived. It's not much, but it's home for the afflicted and a handful of carers. Afflicted? You don't know? I don't think I've met anyone besides Alize who is so unfamiliar with our situation here. Most folks have grown up knowing someone who knew someone. I might leave out something obvious, so it may be best to have Alize give you the full explanation. Now, where is she? Oh, there's a rabbit. One-eyed rabbit. There's another one back there. I think she might be out on patrol. We could wait, I suppose, but why not go and surprise her? She usually takes a look at things from the watchtower first. You might be able to catch her there. It's not far. Head out the south side and you'll soon see it. I'll stay behind in case she comes back while you're gone. But first, that black chocobo, gotten by spending 20 bucks buying stuff on Amazon, I think. Not just stuff, but gaming stuff. Might be outdated already now. Another bunny. Viera, rather. Alize is nowhere to be seen, but you spot fresh footprints on the ground, and they look to be about the right size. Small footprints lead off to the northwest. A whale. We'll just follow these people. Ironically following footprints. The footprints continue on to the northwest. The footprints curve to the west. Gilman. Zombie-ish people. It's kind of creepy. Mob train! Oh! There are more tracks here, but they end in a mess of disturbed sand. Right.
Get back here! Is that... It can't be.
Impressive.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about. I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner.
Alright.
How are you? We've fought them to a standstill, then. The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least. When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where 1 would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal. But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation. As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters. That great wall of white is a remnant of the Flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the First tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam. A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared. For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the flood. Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether and triggering the birth of new monstrosities. They are creatures of base instinct that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason, which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
That is sad. It's just a matter of time. More for some, less for others, those patients will all become monsters in the end. And to add insult to injury, the afflicted are feared, shunned, cast out of society, and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing I have to say about this hellish place is that it has served me well as a training ground. Tessling and the others have also been kind enough to share their knowledge of the Sin Eaters, which is knowledge I can now share with you while you help me finish my patrol course. Pulling their ranks. Here's what we'll do. I'll take the east side of the inn, and you clear the west. That way you can have an undiluted experience of the resident terrors. These marks on your map are where the usual trouble spots are. You can assume that any beast with a white hide or carapace is a Sin Eater, but you'll know for sure soon enough when they become slavering after your ether. Remember, it's kill or be killed with these monsters. Once you have slain whatever is prowling around there, we can rendezvous back at the north entrance. Good hunting. And you can see the quest on the upper right hand map. Playing this game, you know all about that. And if you move just a little out of their way, they'll leave you alone. Because why bother? Interesting to replace my bar with refulgent arrow. I don't have tank shield anymore. Whatever. How'd you fare? Ah, I thought there might be one or two lurking on the fringes. Nothing out of ordinary for this area. That was Bob. Michael. I expect you to notice it yourself, but individually these lesser sin-eaters are no more deadly than any natural predator you might encounter in the desert. It's when they appear in numbers that they pose a threat, much like the void scent. They have an unfortunate tendency to flock to the strongest of their kind. Thus, when a powerful sin-eater goes on the hunt, it might be attended by a veritable swarm of weaker kin. Imagine an army of such creatures descending on a village or hamlet. That's the basic idea behind my patrols. To cull their ranks often enough that their numbers won't be overwhelming when the big ones come out to play. And you've certainly helped on that front. Let's report our victories to Testling, shall we? And if your map is stuck open and it's doing that weird thing, you just let go, walk, and your map will fade out like that. Not be so annoying. Alice tells me you helped out on our patrol. You have our thanks, and my apologies for leading you from one battle to another ever since the moment we met. In any case, I'm glad to see the two of you found each other. You have no idea how badly Alice has missed your company. Everything is always, if she were here, she would... That's an exaggeration, and I don't sound like that either. I was simply trying to view matters from another perspective, and I respect Chloe's methods. Ha ha ha. Honestly, after seeing her in action, I can understand why. The way she leaps into the fray without hesitation, it really is something to behold. I might be a little smitten myself. I'm only teasing, though I have no doubt she deserves all the admiration she gets, just as you do. Head copper. Before I say that. I'd love to lay out a welcome meal, but the duties I put off when I went to the market are still waiting for me. There are 101 things that need to be done. I'm sorry, but would you mind waiting here with Alize? What? And twiddle her thumbs while you work yourself to death. Surely there's something we can help you with. I could do with a hand, it's true. Thank you. You can start by helping me sort out the larder, Alize. While we do that, could you tend to a few patients, perhaps? There are 3 in particular I meant to visit. It's just a matter of saying a few words to them, and seeing if their skin isn't caked in sand. Their names are Pownall, Todden, and Harlick. They may not give much in the way of a response, but I promise they'll be pleased to meet someone new. Back rub? Thank you. Chest rub? Todden glances up at you blankly, but you notice the tension in his face ease slightly. Face rub? Harlick remains utterly still as you wipe the sand from his cheek. The texture of his skin has hardened into something akin to plaster. I'm stuck. You've seen to the patients. How were they? Good. Good. I knew they enjoy meeting you. I'm concerned about Harlick, though. I'll have to speak with the other carers, but I think his time may be near. We shall leave you to have that discussion then. I was going to take Chloe to Mordsuk, if you have any errands there that need doing. Well, I suppose there's one thing. Will you pick up a nectarine from the markets, please? Cassard's caravan just passed through, so Ron should have some fresh fruit. Come then, there's something I want you to see right after we stop at Ron's stall, of course. Chocobo butt. Did we? Yes, we did. Oh, back again, are you? You need another taste of Ron's wares? Actually, we were looking to buy a nectarine. Do you have any in stock? Oh yes, nectarines, peaches, grapes, fresh and juicy. Why are you offering us worms? Given how richly you cracked your coin purse with me, I might still owe you food. Here, take this one free of charge. Gods, I've never seen a Mord merchant give away something for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here? Oh, yes, I'll take a jar of honeyed worms as well. Yeah, you heard me. Oh no, they're not for me. It's an offering of sorts. The worms, if you please. Only the best wrigglers for you. Come again, my friends. Right, that's our shopping chores taken care of. Let's head up past the Aetheryte to the main tower. The view I want to show you can only be seen from its very top. I see something blue. He is an Aetheryte quest. It's interesting. Quest sync. He follows orders. Yes, follows them until someone tells him to stop. This is very dangerous, bad for South. I need to speak to him, persuade him to rest. He should be near Red Sarai, probably leaving no stone unturned in search for relics. Please tell him his father orders him to stop. Dramatic music. And we're just gonna go through this as it comes, so I'm not gonna do one quest and ignore the rest.